Welcome to the 1994 British Touring Car Championship.
Right then, hello and welcome back to GTR 2 and round 12 of the 1994 British Touring Car Championship as we begin the second half of the campaign here at sunny Silverstone for the Grand Prix support race. The crowds have stuck around into the late afternoon as Formula 1 did happen earlier, with the eventual winner being pole sitter Damon Hill, so everyone was rather chuffed with that. This race as well was rather infamous for the massive pileup that happened at the very start, which meant the race needed to be red flagged and shortened from the 12 laps to only 11. Now this race will go the full 12 lap duration, but the cars that did not take the restart will not be starting this race for the likes of John Cleland, Julian Bailey and Keith O'Dore, to name but a couple. Another thing as well is that there's going to be a special guest doing the grid walk this week as well. I've given Josh a day off as it is the halfway point in the season and I want to make it a little bit more special. So I'm going to throw it up to the comms box for the one and only Martin Haven.
The British Grand Prix support round, the most highly anticipated race in the British Touring Car Championship calendar. And domination in qualifying for Alfa Romeo. Gabriele Tarquini a second clear of anybody, and the closest anybody was teammate Giampiero Simoni. Renault's Tim Harvey and Jochen Winkelhock in the Schnitzer BMW start on row 2 in 3rd and 4th. Tim Sugden, the best of the Toyotas, in 5th, ahead of Roberto Ravaglia in the 2nd Schnitzer BMW. Then Will Hoy and Alain Menu for Toyota and Renault on row 4. Jeff Allen will start 9th, with Paul Radicic in the better of the Team Mondeos in 10th, ahead of Andy Rouse. Patrick Watts will start in 12th place with his Peugeot. Then the top privateer, that's James Kay, the Maxted Motorsport Toyota Carina, 13th, ahead of David Leslie's Mazda. James Thompson in his privately run Peugeot, and then a pair of Volvo 850s for Rickard Rydell and Dan Bartlett ahead of Eugene O'Brien, also in a Peugeot. Jan Lammers Volvo and the Team HMSO Cavalier of Nigel Smith round out row 10, and the final starters in the race will be the independents Hamish Irvine and Nigel Alban. And that means there is disaster for Vauxhall's John Cleland, for Toyota's Julian Bailey, and for the Nissans of Keith O'Dore and Tiffany Dell, as well as Eric van der Poel. And the Vauxhall privateer Chris Goodwin also does not start this critical race.
Fantastic. Thank you very, very much, Martin, for the grid walk for this round. As you can see, everyone is lined up raring to go for this Grand Prix support event, and the crowds have stuck around in their thousands, so that's fantastic. Now, the reason there's been quite a large gap between round 11 and this round is I've been looking for guests and asking around, and some people have got back to me, some haven't, so, you know, it's taking a little bit of time. But as you can say, you cannot rush perfection, so I'm trying to make this series as special as possible. I have taken 50 kilograms out of my car on weight ballast, so my car should be a little bit more responsive and a little bit more competitive, but we shall see. And hopefully no massive pileups at the very start, but we shall see anyway, as I get all the information on the screen for you. As we get ready then, as we drive into the sunset, light should be coming on the gantry, and off we go. Bogged down at the start, which is, you know, a common thing for this car. Even though I have taken 50 kilograms of weight ballast out of the car, it's still incredibly heavy. So my starts are going to be rather sluggish. Oh, around the outside, excuse me. I think that was only a slight little bump, hasn't done any massive damage. I've just broken his rear brake light, so that's not a problem. See if we can get past James Kay and James Thompson in front. Nigel Smith trying to make a move. Oh, Lammers barging his way through. Late break, off onto the grass, oops. Well, it's been a bit of an issue there. One car went up the chuff of the Carina. That was my other teammate of Rickard Rydell. We're going to try and come back on the outside. Yeah, the reason I took some weight ballast out of the car is because Silverstone Grand Prix is a rather fast and flat out circuit, so I just wanted to give myself, you know, a bit of a fighting chance of being in the mid-pack. You know, there's no way it's going to be fast enough to take any top 10s or top 5s or anything like that, but I just want to be in the mid-pack and fighting for, say, the dregs at the end. But Tim Sugden on the outside takes back 13th place. So we begin lap 2. 11 laps to go. Back through Maggots and Beckett's. David Leslie going over the curb, that's fine. We got 3 Volvos line astern. 14th, 15th and 16th places. Nigel Albon isn't last. He's actually past Hamish Irvine for 21st place. But the usual suspects leading the way, the Alfa Romeos of Tarquini and Simoni. Tarquini with the fastest lap time at the moment. Another thing I've done as well is I've added, well, I've not only taken 50 kilograms of weight off my car, I've added an extra 25 kilograms to the BMWs just to make it a bit more realistic to what it was in 1994. Sorry, Sugden. Because the BMWs have been dominating the first half of the season, which they didn't. Rather, they were dominating more so in the second half. So I've done it a bit of, you know, reverse. So I've added the weight rather than taking it off halfway through the season. A bit of my own balance of performance editing or manipulation or whatever you want to call it. Back onto the main straight. Being hounded by both the Volvos, Jan Lammers is now ahead of Rickard Rydell, and he gets past very easily. But you can see just how much power I lose on the straights for the Volvos to pull ahead. Losing ground to the front end as well, which was to be expected anyway. You won't see the full potential of this Volvo until the final round. So you got that to look forward to when and if we get there. Take the inside line from Lammers. Thank you very much. I'll take that 14th place back. No, you don't. No, you don't. Okay. Try and go on the inside then if you're brave enough. No, you're going to go wide. My plan worked beautifully. Now you got Rydell. Oh, sorry. The collision detection on this game is a little bit weird. Sometimes it pulls a car in, and sometimes you have a massive clout like that, but you just literally tap them. So that wasn't a big collision, it was just that the collision detection is a little bit weird. As it usually is on modded content. Losing ground on Tim Sugden. He's now 6.5 seconds up the road. Someone's gone wide though. Kicks up a bit of dirt. That is another lap in the books. Coming up to the halfway point as well. Now you're probably noticing I'm braking a lot earlier for the corners than the AI. Which is to be expected, but because my car is so heavy, my tyres go off a lot quicker, so I'm trying to conserve the tyres as much as possible until the end of the race. Where it's going to do any good or not, I don't know until, you know, it happens. But we'll see. Jan Lammers has dropped down to 18th place. Nigel Albon is still in 21st. And so far this race has been clean. Oh, there you go, the understeer for the front of the car. Lap 6. Next time will be the halfway mark. Oh, wide. Nope, just about kept it on the black stuff. Did compromise our speed coming out of the corner though. No, you don't. Here comes James Thompson as well. He's trying to have a go. Oh, and a nudge from Rydell. We're now 9 seconds behind Tim Sugden, so nowhere we're going to catch up to the second pack. I've got a bit of a trolley train behind as well, with the likes of James K. Thompson and Rydell. Irvine still hasn't got past Albon. He's still lagging at the back, 11 seconds adrift. Gianpiero Simoni now has the fastest lap time, but I don't think he's going to be able to catch up or pass Tarquini. You see the amount of understeer now that I have to deal with. So we're able to pull away coming, you know, out of the last complex. But it's just everywhere else we seem to struggle. Especially the sweepers. We just can't seem to get the car dialed in at all. I thought the 50 kilograms of ballast being removed would have helped somewhat. But no, it's still an incredibly heavy tank. Or I may just end up taking 50 kilograms or 25 kilograms off at every other race meeting. So take another 25 kilograms off next time and so on. I'm not sure yet. Haven't decided. Oh, they've dropped back a bit. Give me a bit of breathing room. Lap 9, 4 to go. Seems like everyone else is struggling on their tyres now, that's why they've dropped back behind, I reckon. Ooh, a lot of understeer there. I think we lost about a second alone, just from the car understeering. We've actually gained a little bit of time on Tim Sugden, so that's promising, but he's now 10 seconds adrift, so yeah, we're not going to catch anyone now. 3 laps to go. I gotta say, this has been the cleanest race so far this season. We've had no retirements, no one has binned it on any of the corners. No cars have spontaneously combusted either. And Nigel Albon isn't last. You know, so it's been a rather uneventful race, but, you know, quite a successful one as well to have everyone finishing. We've got 2 laps to go. Well, saying that, we've got 2 laps to go, anything can happen, so... Okay, the leaders are already starting at their final lap. Simone still has the fastest lap time at the moment as well. But a top 14 for me, I am incredibly pleased with that. Hopefully I can keep it for one more lap. And we now pulled out a 6-second advantage over Rickard Rydell. 22 seconds over Hamish Irvine. Oh, I did say that this race has been rather clean, and I've just noticed that James Kay has retired from the race. No idea why. But he must have had engine trouble because he's pulled off into the pits. He hasn't become stationary on the track, so he's in the pits and out of the race. So 21 cars will finish this one. Now my car is understeering like crazy, but we still have 5 seconds advantage over Rickard Rydell. So not a problem. We're going to get a top 14 place. Still going to be out of points, but with a car that is so heavy and, you know, so unresponsive, I think that is pretty damn good going. Ooh. That wasn't a mistake, that was a happy accident. And there we go then, round 12 has come to a close as the sun continues to set over the Northamptonshire Silverstone circuit. And we come home in 14th place. Not too bad, that was pretty damn good going then. Yeah, you know, the car, even though taking the 50 kilograms of weight bias, the car was still unresponsive in the corners, very sluggish coming out of corners as well. Didn't like to accelerate at all. And yeah, a lot of, even the Volvos did manage to get an advantage from that at one point. But Hamish Irvine did manage to get past Nigel Albon in the end, so Albon does finish last, but he finished. He didn't retire this time. as there goes Rydell. Give him a little flash. And there we go. So, that is round 12 complete. I will now throw it back up into the commentary box with Martin Haven for the race results and current championship standings after round 12.
A dominant performance at Silverstone in front of the host of British Grand Prix fans. Alfa Romeo 1-2, Gabriele Tarquini leading teammate Giampiero Simoni. Jochen Winkelhock moving up to third by the checkered flag in the BMW, ahead of the two Renaults, Tim Harvey just in front of teammate Alain Menu, and Roberto Ravaglia in the second Schnitzer BMW, rounding out the top half dozen. All of which means Jochen Winkelhock still has a 41-point advantage over Gabriele Tarquini. John Cleland failed to score at Silverstone. He slips further away from title contention and closer to the clutches of Steve Soper. Roberto Ravaglia in 5th place, but Giampiero Simoni is closing on him in the Alfa. Big win for James Thompson, claiming victory in the Silverstone Grand Prix support race ahead of Nigel Smith's Cavalier and Hamish Irvin's BMW rounding out the podium. Nigel Albon claiming points in the Renault 19, but James Kay did not finish in the Toyota Carina. Everybody wants to do well at Silverstone, but that didn't happen for James Kay. Nevertheless, the Toyota driver still leads the privateers' point standings after the first 12 races of the season. Nigel Smith in second, James Thompson not far away in third place, and Jeff Steele now just ahead of Hamish Irvin in fourth and fifth respectively. And Chris Goodwin, like James Kay at the top of the tree, no points for him at Silverstone.
And thus round 12 comes to a close. Everyone is packing up their things, and next time we'll be heading to Scotland for the next doubleheader weekend at the Knockhill circuit. I would like to give my sincerest thanks to Martin Haven for providing the gridwalk, race results and point standings this week. And we'll leave it here for now. So yeah, from myself and Martin, thank you for watching, take care, stay safe, and we'll see you next time for rounds 13 and 14 from Knockhill. Bye for now.